The fifth pick will be made by the Detroit Pistons.
Wow, Detroit fell all the way out.
There's money on more than just my mind, so only thing my little spending is my time, no. Looking pretty, Mr. King and his design, no. Don't kiss the ring, you might go blind, no. Independent, did you notice the climb, no? Which chains all you missing is the blindfold. Streets watching, nowadays you keep the shine, no.
Second time he represented the Pistons as far as the lottery pick goes. And, you know, it's just an awesome feeling. It's an awesome feeling to have a chance to represent a team that has been so important in my life as far as my NBA career goes. I figured that the Pistons already did the work, so it's just a matter of just going out there, you know, representing the team the best way I can possibly represent the team.
For the real life of it. 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 Just admitted how I did it is a success. Black rebel never settled looking suspect. On a level that these haters haven't touched yet. Life's private like I'm signing on a plus jet. All I gamble got me feeling like I'm up, bet. Mama told me ain't no thing is giving up yet.
My name is Demetrius Harmon, and I am a comedian, entrepreneur, basketball enthusiast, poet, artist, a lot of different things. Yeah, it can't box me in. Overall, a kid from Detroit. Detroit's just always been, for me, a sense of pride because it's always like a place that when you go to these bigger cities like LA or New York, you know what I mean? Like they don't really know much about us, so they kind of have their preconceived notions. And as well as they take a lot of things for granted, you know what I mean? Like the opportunity that's there. For me, it was always, how do I go to these places, spend as much time as I absolutely have to, and as soon as I don't need to be there, come back home.
𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 III, Pistons beat writer for The Athletic. I think there are a lot of guys in this draft that if you have a star and a core in place, I think there are a lot of really, really good role players once you get to like 3 and beyond.
Alongside Adrian Wojnarowski, Richard Jefferson, Monica McNutt got the dress code. That means it is going to be an excellent, fun night. But Woj, I want to start with you here.
When the Pistons won with like Ben and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓, I remember, you know, like being there with my dad when he barbecuing. You know, I remember hearing big shot. I'm like, what are we talking about? What's happening?
Here's Billups. Big one. So Billups can get that shot all night.
And that kind of like introduced my idea of, one, being a fan of Detroit sports, and 2, being a fan of basketball in general. Every time we've won a championship, it felt like how Detroit feels. It felt like how it feels to win from Detroit. It's not easy, it's not handy. We're going against everybody who has it maybe easier, these superstars. We're a gritty team, we're a gritty city. And so I'm proud to have seen us win the championship, but every time I see us win, it feels like a win for the city, just because it's always done in the same fashion of our personality.
You know, whether you're undrafted, number 1 pick, number 10 pick, or whatever, if you come to Detroit and you work hard, that city will get behind you. The draft is a beautiful thing. And, you know, we all as kids dreamed of being drafted, you know, number 1, number 2. You know, the ultimate goal is to become the best player that you can possibly become. Positions don't really determine what type of player you're going to be.
It's an event for the fans. That's why ESPN has it on TV. That's why it's made such a spectacle with the lights dimmed and the soft music and the commercials at pick 10 and pick 5. They really build it up. But for me, you do a lot of your work before you get to this day. You do a little bit of work after, and then, yeah, it's on to the next one.
The time has come.
The 7th pick in the NBA draft belongs to the Indiana Pacers. Pick number 6 goes to the Orlando Magic.
Everything going to form thus far. Only one envelope left before we know the teams in the top 4.
The 5th pick will be made by the Detroit Pistons.
Wow, Detroit fell all the way out. And that means there are 4 remaining.
It doesn't matter where you land, you got to hit the ball where you bat in the order. So, you know, we dropped down to 5. Like I said, we don't cry over spilled milk. We're ready to go, and we're excited about drafting 5, and we'll, you know, do our diligence, continue to do our diligence, and be excited to draft 5 and add another young player.
You try to collect as much great talent as you can, and I think Detroit is in a position where under Troy Weaver they've drafted 5 all-rookie team guys, and only 2 of them were drafted in the top 5. So that goes to show you that Troy is finding very good young players.
We're excited about this draft pool, but we'll do our diligence on trying to move the team forward any way we can.
Go down the list, man. If we all rank the 10 best players in the NBA, I'm not sure that 70% of them went number 1 overall.
I trust in Detroit, I trust the organization that we're going to find another great player that's going to get us back to the promised land. But we don't get there without you guys.
You know, your hard work, dedication, determination, and your day-to-day activity as a basketball player is going to determine what type of player you're going to be.
Hey, you just got to maximize your opportunity.
Thanks, Troy. Thanks, everybody, for joining.
Thank you.
They'll probably field a lot of phone calls from a lot of teams to see if they'd be interested in moving, but then obviously they have to find a head coach. And I think kind of after the lottery settles, they know where they're picking. They're able to sit down again and reevaluate the coaches that they've talked to and some that have since become available. I think we could see the Pistons maybe have a coach in the next 2 weeks.
The carousel continues to turn in the NBA. The Detroit Pistons hiring Monty Williams as their next head coach.
Oh, it looks like the Pistons finally have their new head coach.
So happy for the city of Detroit. They got themselves a good one.
The Pistons were in hot pursuit of Monty Williams. Tonight, they got their man.
Wonderful leader. He's an incredible role model. And to have such a young squad, you definitely want somebody like him.
Money ain't the root, but proceeds to be planted. I have been cemented in the streets, took for granted. Survival of the fittest, I so visit where I've been. While we sit around the table, sharing fables of the grit. Now we see the finish, way before the fire starts.